television's original automotive magazine. Brought to you by Castrol Super Clean All-Wheel Cleaner. The cleaner that releases brake dust and road grime from all types of wheels on contact, no matter what age your car. Castrol Super Clean All-Wheel Cleaner. And by Michelin, makers of the Zero Pressure Michelin. Designed to let you drive up to 50 miles at 55 miles per hour without air pressure. Just what you expect from Michelin. Your host for Motor Week, John Davis.
Well, hello and welcome again to Motor Week. We're glad to have you with us. In 1992, the Jeep Grand Cherokee began what was to become a flood of upscale sport utility vehicles, where off-road capability took a back seat to luxury and convenience. Fortunately, Jeep never forgot its heritage and made sure the Grand Cherokee was a leader on both fronts. But as new, more sophisticated rivals arrived, even the champions like the Grand Cherokee felt the heat. So for 1999, there's a new Grand Cherokee, redesigned from the ground up. And while it certainly looks a lot like its forebear, Jeep says it is a cutting-edge design. Maybe so, but is it sharp enough to cut through the competition? The 1999 Jeep Grand Cherokee doesn't look any sharper, but don't let that fool you. Jeep designers actually smoothed out the new, slightly larger Grand Cherokee, giving it a chunkier, more mature look, especially up front with its curved but raked grille and massive lower fascia. However, these more flowing lines ride on the same 105.6-inch wheelbase as last year, and the whole package is only about 4.5 inches longer. It's also 2 inches taller, but retains the same 8.3 inches of ground clearance offered last year. Yet engineers managed to reduce step-in height by 1 inch for easier entry into the remodeled interior. The dash has a more seamless European appearance with a lower instrument pod, though the 70s-looking artificial wood trim would be at home in an old Chrysler Imperial. Gauges are, as before, clear and extremely comprehensive. An extra 1 inch of seat height gives the driver a better view over the dash, while the larger seats themselves are more comfortable and supportive. 10-way power adjustments are optional on Laredo models and standard on Limited, while only the Limited gets optional front seat heaters. But all Grand Cherokees have a standard tilt wheel. In addition to the depowered airbag, the steering wheel can be equipped with switchgear for cruise control and basic stereo functions. More critical is that the stereo head has been moved closer to the driver. Its high dash position and logical layout get our stamp of approval, as do the very clean ventilation controls. A dual-zone automatic system is standard on the Limited, controlled by an infrared body temperature sensor. Handy everyday features include dual power points for phones and video games, and a selection of family-size cup holders. Rear seat room has never been a Grand Cherokee strong point, and a minor expansion for '99 does little to change that. The rear seat also gets a handy power point. The 60/40 split-folding seat back requires less effort than those of most competitors, and the new folding head restraints save fumbling with detachable units. Folding the seat allows access to 72.3 cubic feet of cargo space, a 7 cubic foot decrease from last year. That's the price you pay for a spare tire that moves from the cargo bay to under the cargo floor. To haul this heavier Grand Cherokee around, Jeep has revamped the standard 4-liter inline 6-cylinder. It now delivers 195 horsepower and 230 pound-feet of torque. While the all-new optional 4.7-liter PowerTech V8, Chrysler's first overhead cam V8, generates 235 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. That's more horsepower than last year's 5.2-liter pushrod V8 with lower emissions and higher fuel economy. All Grand Cherokees use a new 4-speed automatic transmission with 2 second gears. The alternate second gear allows for smoother downshifts under hard acceleration. 6-cylinder Grand Cherokees can be ordered with Jeep's proven Select-Track full-time 4-wheel drive system, while V8 models use the new Quadra-Track 2 system. This improves on last year's sturdy on-demand transfer case, matching it to a pair of traction-sensing differentials that use hydraulic pumps to engage multi-disc clutch packs. Since power can be directed to the wheel with the most traction, the Grand Cherokee can keep going even if only one wheel has traction. While we haven't yet managed any real heavy-duty off-roading, we can report that the Quadra-Track-equipped Grand Cherokee feels extremely sure-footed on loose dirt and gravel inclines, Similar traction conditions to what most suburban buyers will experience during harsh winter weather. But most Grand Cherokee time will be spent on dry pavement, so improved highway manners were important. Jeep engineers retained last year's live axle coil spring suspension up front, but out back they mated the solid axle to a pair of trailing links at each wheel and a central A-arm. They also improved the Jeep's ball-type power steering system with repositioned linkage for better feel and response. This has eliminated much of the previous vehicle's tendency to wander at highway speeds and greatly reduced the Grand Cherokee's irritating tendency to buck and weave in corners. A smaller turning diameter is a plus in urban congestion as well as wilderness. And when combined with the smooth, muscular new V8 engine, these refined underpinnings give the new '99 Grand Cherokee a feel that's more sport than utility. And when the fun has to stop, larger four-wheel disc brakes and a new anti-lock system with electronic brake distribution greatly improve stability. Yet despite so many changes, Grand Cherokee prices have changed the least of anything. Base price for the two-wheel drive Laredo model is $26,220. The 4x4 starts at $28,190. Both are $250 less than last year. Base prices for limited models are unchanged. The two-wheel drive version starts at $31,985, while $34,415 will net you a posh 4x4. There is a tremendous amount of improvement at no extra cost, and it should keep Grand Cherokee fans very happy. Our friends at Automobile Magazine are also pleased. They wrote that the improvements add to its on-road abilities, but have resulted in a vehicle that is more versatile and even better off-road. But the retention of time-honored technology like live axles and ball-type steering keep us from agreeing with Jeep's claim that the 1999 Grand Cherokee is a cutting-edge design. It is, however, a very good one. More powerful, more capable, and more comfortable, yet more familiar at the same time. The 1999 Jeep Grand Cherokee may not be all cutting edge, but we are certain it will still slice through the competition with ease.